Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. I reckon you haven't noticed, but it's been a while since the last time you had this conversation, and today we'll have it again. For you, husband, and for you, father. Stop the blah blah blah. Action is what's gonna change our marriage and our life with our kids. Okay? Guys, I want to talk to you today about the word or the phrase, I love you. How important this is into and for our kids. I came from a dysfunctional family, guys, and a dysfunctional family can be a family without a father, a family without a mother, or a family without both. Okay? So in my case, I haven't had a father. He didn't pass away, he's still alive, but he didn't bring me up along with my mom. So that's what I call dysfunctional family. And unfortunately, my mom, she came from a background, guys. She lost her father when she was, I guess, 4. And so she didn't have the opportunity to hear those words from her father and neither her mother about, I love you, I cared about you. You're so loved, you're beloved. She didn't have that experience while she was growing up. And so she passed that up to me. You know, unfortunately, that happens to me. But that's not her fault. I'm not blaming on my mom. You know, I'm just telling you that I didn't have experience with that word, that phrase, I love you. And because I didn't have experience of that, this word, as I grew up, it kind of was always strange to me. I couldn't really connect and make that feel part of me because, you know, again, I haven't had that opportunity with my mom and with my family. But I didn't let that stop me, guys, from starting to exercise this phrase with my kids. You know, I put it in my heart that I would exercise this word with my kids because I know the importance of this word, this phrase, I love you. That's so impacting, that's so transforming into anyone's, you know, spirit and soul and identity. And since my girls, they were born, I've been exercising myself. You know, I usually get Deborah and Alice when I'm gonna get them to bed, I read them a book, and as soon as I put them on bed, I kiss them on the cheek and I say, I love you. That's a given. Every single night when, you know, myself and Josie take turns, I get the girls, read them a book, put them on bed, and I kiss them on the cheek and I say, I love you. Because I believe that can impact their heart, that can impact their identity. I can input something into their lives. But for a certain time, I haven't seen the result of it. I was like a bit discouraged, but I kept doing it. And one day, Josie was taking Deborah, my oldest daughter, to school. And then Josie said to Deborah, hey, I love you. And Deborah, straight away, she turned back to Josie and she said, Mom, I know it because my father, he tells me that every single night when he reads us a book and he puts us to bed, he tells me he loves me. So I know it. So when Josie shared that with me, I was so like astounding and impact, and you know, wow, that blew me away because I could see that even though I didn't know much of that word, but I was exercising that to my daughter, she was already feeling and understanding what I love you means coming from a father. So that like encouraged me, that put gas into my, you know, my tank and made me to run another mile with my kids on that. So since I started doing that, guys, I've seen such a change in terms of I love you into my kids' life that you can't even imagine. And a part of me challenging myself, who was a stranger for that word, I love you, because now I'm overcoming that, you know, trauma. Now I'm seeing my kids understanding it, loving it, and having them built up upon that, you know, truth that they are loved. This is one point. The second point, guys, is something that it's part of life, rejection, you know. Either that happens at work, on your social time, on your leisure time. Every now and then you're gonna find someone that does not really like you. And they kind of push you away. And that sometimes it's okay. It's part of life. Sometimes you're gonna go through rejections. But if you as father, you strengthen your kids by saying, hey, I love you, baby. I love you, my boy. I love you, my girl. They will be able to face and overpass and overcome those rejections because they know that they are loved, cared, and looked after by their mom and dad. So those occasional rejections that happens throughout life, they will be able to face it. They will be able to overcome it because they have in their identity and who they are, I'm loved by my father and my mother. They cared about me and I don't have to change to please anyone. I have my own identity and I'm loved. So you have these three results by just exercising and challenging yourself to overcome your fears and now being able to say I love you to somebody else, which I know that for a lot of men this is a big challenge. A lot of men, they don't know how to receive this word I love you, and they don't know how to give it. But hey, today is your day to change that, to shift that key and start exercising it I love you into your kids, in your wife's life. And by doing that, I can guarantee you're gonna start seeing results as you overcoming that and understanding the concept and the deepness of the word I love you, your kids, by understanding and feel loved, in their secure place, which is their house, and also giving them a backbone to face the rejection that the world will pose them all the time, which is part of life. So that's the three benefits that we can get out of these guys by exercising I love you, by challenging our fears, man fears of saying I love you to somebody and winning over it, overcoming it and say I love you, I love you, I love you. So that's the message, father and husband, that I want to leave with you today. Please exercise it. It was a trauma for me and sometimes it still does, but I'm practicing every single day as I can with my kids. I love you, Deborah. I love you, Alicia. I love you, friend. I love you, wife. I love you, mom. And I'm seeing myself getting out of this cage of fear and accepting the word I love and being able to share the word I love you. I'll leave that with you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.